Yeah, kind of, bro. I knew it was going to be type of an ugly fight because he's, the way he tries to fight, and he was going to be jittery and just look for that one shot. So, and I was a bit fucking wanted to get him out of there, but we got the win. We move forward. Let's go.
What were your thoughts on the stoppage and also that body shot in the round before?
Rules are rules. I thought it was my hand was around his neck, like it was sort of like a little clinch, and I slipped one in. But it is what it is, bro. If we got the win, that's all that matters.
At the start, you're finding your range with him as a shorter guy. Did it take a little bit to work that out?
Yeah, definitely. And I knew he just was waiting for it just to really let his hands go, So you got to sort of pick your shots smart. I wanted to get him out of there, which was a bit impatient, but then again, I don't know. It's good. We learn, we move forward. I'm just pumped for the next one, bro.
I'm not sure when you're Italian, what was said during that here just on the way out?
It was all respectful, bro. We showed respect, and we thanked him for coming out here. He's off to the hospital, so I know how that feels, being here and getting your jaw broken. So you seeing him sucking on the green whistle. Chuck it here. He goes, I can puff.
How did it feel fighting here? Plenty of support here tonight.
Man, it's awesome, bro. Being here in Australia, having it packed out like that, bro, another sellout like that, it's special. It's making Australians really getting behind it, bro. Gold Coast is on my second home to see Opetaia shirts marinating the freaking stands, bro. It's fucking special.
You spoke about Zerto in the ring there. How much do you want that fight?
Man, I want the unification fights. It's not. I say it all the time. I'm not chasing Zerto specifically. I'm chasing the belts. If Zerto loses his belt on this fight, I'm chasing that guy. You know what I mean? I want the unification fights, and that's it.
What is that all about? Legacy, or what's the thinking there?
I want to become undisputed.
And then when you become undisputed, where does that sort of put you in Australian boxing history?
Man, undisputed's the top. There's no better than undisputed, and once we do that, then we can focus on maybe going to bridgeweight or heavyweight. There's another 2 categories that I can, win world titles. So a 3-division world champion sounds good to me, and then maybe even a super fight with Bivol or something coming up. There's so many exciting fights to make, but everything just is all talk unless I just keep winning, and I'm chasing those undisputeds, and I think everything else will fall into place.
What are your plans when you do see him? Because obviously he's got a team of people that are going to sign off on that as well. How are you going to get that over the line? Because you've tried, apart from going straight to him like Nick said you're doing.
Mate, when I see him, I'll probably shake his hand, introduce myself. But I always say my opponent's not my enemy. I'm not here to talk shit, and I'm just chasing undisputed, chasing greatness, which I think all world champions should be. It's not here to badmouth anyone or say he's a bad bloke or anything like that, but I want unification fights.
You said in the ring too that they're not the best unless they beat you. Do you think Zerto thinks he is the best?
Not until he beats me.
But do you think he's sitting there going,
Who cares?
you, because he's got your belt?
I don't care what he thinks.
Joe, just a word on Justice's fight this morning.
Oh, man. Gutted for Justice, He was in front by a mile. I had him in front. I had him comfortably in front. But this is boxing, You get caught, and it's heavyweight boxing especially, You have big boys in there, man. I just hope Australia really keeps getting behind him, because that was a great display of boxing on a world-class, world-class stage. He held the flags up very proudly. So, Tasman fighter really showcased today. Massive shout out to Mickey Boy.
Thanks,
We fucking started this shit from nothing, man. And now we've got, heavyweights fighting on the biggest stages in the UK. We're packing out stadiums in the Gold Coast. It's crazy to see where we started and then now where we are now. So, it's all progress, man. And I honestly believe that, you know, Justice's stocks still went up. You know, he put on a great display of boxing, and I feel like people are going to be worried to fight him now. You know, he's showcased how good he is against a great fighter. So, how exciting for all of us.
Any thoughts on that, Vic?
Yeah, look, he'll come back. You know, he's got a great attitude. You know, he went into the shed as soon as he, you know, went back after the fight and told the guys, you know, chin up, and you know, he's going to learn from it, and he's going to come back bigger and better than ever. But you know, this is a great opportunity for everyone, for Australian boxing. Like, Australian boxing is now on the world stage. You know, especially with Jai and Justice is flying the flag internationally. You know, it opens the doors for a lot of other kids, you know, to follow their pathway.
Just on the unification, Mick, how likely is it for Zerto, and has Turkey had any influence on this time around?
Yeah, of course it's likely. You know, they want to see the best fights. You know, Turkey Al Sheikh's renowned for putting the biggest fights on in Saudi Arabia and all around the world. So this is no different. There's no bigger fight in the cruiserweight division right now than Jai Opetaia fighting Zerto Ramirez. It's the biggest fight they could possibly make. You know, if they want to see big fights, let's make it happen. And Jai's always said it's not about the money, it's not about the opponent, it's about the belt and legacy, and that's what he wants to do. And he's proud that the fly, the family name, Opetaia. Yeah, he wants the Opetaia name, you know, going down in history. So that's what it is. It's about legacy. It's not about money. Yeah, Jai has never asked for. We never, number one.
A little bit of money.
Just that,
We get a little bit. We get paid. We get a little bit of pay.
we're trying to sell this, okay? But it's never been about money.
Yeah.
Like, we've never been offered to knock anything back, you know. So, you know, we'll take the fight. We'll have to negotiate, and let's make it happen.
How much has your life sort of changed these past few years, John?
Yeah, it's changed huge. You know, it's got a lot more to change. You know what I mean? I'm looking forward. You know, I'm chasing these undisputed, and I believe once I get another belt around my waist, it's going to be a whole new chapter. You know what I mean? Like, Squeo coming out here, it's just proving what I already know. You know what I mean? But once I get my hands on one of these other undisputed, other world champions, and I put on a great display of boxing, another clinic against one of them, then they're going to really sit back and go, fuck, this kid is good. You know what I mean? Everyone's always bad-mouthing, or he wasn't ready, he's not good enough, you know, always my opposition because of the way I fight and how I handle him. You know, you put them against any other of these cruiserweight champions, man, and they do really well, you know, if not win. But just because I beat him the way I beat him, I'm always getting, you know, he's fighting bums, he's doing this, it's too early for him, or whatever it is. So when I get my hands on one and I put on that clinic, everyone's just going to go, fuck, he's good, you know, and that's what I want to do.
Is that the last time that we're going to see you fight here in Australia?
I hope not. You know, look at this, you know what I mean? Look at that crowd. We're surrounded by family members and having Opetaia shirts all through that crowd, but that's special, you know. I hope not, you know, and I do see myself coming back home eventually, but we got to go there and we got to fucking go get those belts first, you know. We got to get some international power and then have some string pull to tell them, you know what I mean. We need that. We need some money to fucking do it, don't we? Yeah, man. Who knows what's in the future?
There's not many 28-man fighters now that you sort of get that feeling that you're just getting started still. Like, that's towards the end of some careers, but for you, it still feels like there's plenty left in the tank.
Definitely, bro. I feel like I'm just rolling into my prime now. I feel like I'm getting better, stronger, faster, more mature, you know, in the ring. But yeah, I'm pumped, bro. I'm excited for the future.
Nick, the Tasman boys had a very good showing tonight with Jai evidently heading overseas and with Justice's performance tonight. What do you think now for the Tasman card and the Tasman fighters? It gives them a good opportunity to step up now and be the face of Tasman Australia, yeah?
Yeah, definitely. Like, Jai is paving the way. You know, he set this whole thing up. Like, myself and Jai, we set this up, Tasman fighters, back in 2017, and it's been a long road. But we've got a lot of good guys on the undercard now to support Jai, and Jai's put these guys on the world stage. Like, when Jai was 10-0, 12-0, 8-0, he was fighting RSL clubs. You know, these guys, Jai's putting these guys on world title events. globally, all around the world, televised. We didn't even get televised, did we? It was just do your best. So like, you know, things are moving for the better. I can see with the relationship between the Zone and now Fox, hopefully we can build boxing in this part of the world a lot bigger and better. We've got to break bread with the other promoters and try and share fighters and put on the best possible cards. We spoke about it before, myself and Jai. Imagine putting Jai Opetaia, Tim Zhu, Justice Hooney. You know, you're going to make it a mega card, wouldn't you? Like,
Huge,
you know,
man, huge.
massive. And Australia want that. Like, it'd be a stadium fight, you know. So George Cambosis, like, you could make it a massive fight, and Australia would turn out. And you know, but until all the promoters start breaking bread and getting on, we're not going to do that. But Jai's paving the way. We're all proud of Jai, and he's only getting started. Well, this is only the start of it. He's 29 years old. He's 30 this month, the end of the month. But he's only got 2 belts. He needs another 3. Then he's going to go to heavyweight. Like, there's a lot more chapters in Jai's career. So, you know, stay tuned, and I'm looking forward to the journey. I know everyone else is.
And Jai, I noticed after you did hit him, you pointed at your own jaw. Did you know at that point that you'd done damage?
Yeah, I felt it and heard it. I heard it click. I heard the punch break his jaw, and I was like, "Fuck you, poor bastard!" I've been there, but I seen it, and then when I looked at him, it sort of had a little dint, like right there. I was like, "Fuck."
Yeah.
Well, he's not getting off, yeah, fuck. But
It was only
hat
one
off to
jaw,
him,
though.
man. Hat off.
It was only one jaw.
Yeah, it was one side.
Respect.
Yeah.
Respect, Jai.